Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. On this adventure we've got the Jeep Comanche and we're going to be exploring the national forests of Northern California. A lot of our routes are going to be backcountry discovery routes or BDRs, and we're starting with Lassen. Various states have backcountry discovery routes that were designed to get people using the back roads and getting out in nature and even interacting with smaller towns. So California has quite a few of these. We're going to be making a loop using most of these backcountry discovery routes. There are some other routes as well, and we may have to make changes to our plans depending on certain conditions. There's still fire danger, and that's one problem. Down trees because we're in the forest, that's a major concern. And then also seasonal closures because we are later in the year, we're mid-October right now. It was a beautiful ride into camp. The scenery changed rapidly. We did come across a fire and we thought we were going to have to turn around right away, but it ended up being a prescribed burn, and after a few minutes they let us pass through. So that was a relief. We started the Lassen Backcountry Discovery Route and made it to our first stop here in the Ishi Wilderness. And if you went to school in this part of Northern California, you probably learned about Ishi. There's a book about him. He was the last of the Yanni Indians. It's a really interesting story if you get a chance to read it, but we're in his land now, and we'll continue on through the Lassen BDR tomorrow. Our camp neighbors are super nice and they offered to make duck for dinner. So I offered to make a green salad, and I was trying to throw together a quick dressing, and I had some olive oil, some of this California balsamic, and some fig spread. And then we picked all of the pecans out of the mixed nuts, and I'll throw it on some greens. My contribution. This is the delicious duck dinner that our camp neighbors made for us. It is so good. And my salad turned out pretty good too. He's great. is the dedication plaque for Ishi. All right, we got up early this morning. We left camp by about 8:30, had a quick breakfast, and now we're just enjoying this beautiful drive through the Ishi Wilderness. We just came down this little spur road to a fire lookout, so we're going to walk down the trail and check that out. All right, that was a cool hike, definitely worth it. Really neat lookout. That's actually one of those that you can rent and stay in, and there was a couple staying there right now, but they were cool. They let us look around. We're going to keep on heading down the road. That's probably why we've been seeing so many deer in this area. So we made it through that wilderness area. It's funny, we didn't see any deer the whole time until we got to that wilderness area, and it's hunting season right now. So we saw tons of deer through there. We made it back to a main road, so we're going to air up. I was just going to say that road's not particularly challenging, but you want to have good tires and a good spare, maybe a plug kit. We aired down to about 15 pounds, and now we're going to air back up. So this was the end of the dirt road. Then it comes out here to Highway 32 or Road 32 that's paved. Also, we are contemplating whether or not we needed to run into Chester when we get to Highway 36. It's about 12 miles out of the way, but we might need more fuel for the rest of the trip. So we're going to decide when we get closer. So we did decide to go to Chester and get some fuel. We didn't want to have to worry about running out if we were to take some side roads and things like that. We do have 10 extra gallons in the back, but we just wanted to play it safe. Also, I forgot a few food supplies, so we stopped at the grocery store and got those things that I forgot. Okay, so coming to Chester was also an excuse to go out to lunch at the Timber House. If you're ever on Highway 36 passing through Chester, you should stop there. It's great. So now we're going to really get back on the road.
Well, lawn darts here when I was 7. And I survived.
And I accidentally forgot to put the valve stem covers on, the caps on when we aired up. So we're here to pick some up. All right, lesson learned. We've made it back to the Forest Service Road, and we're just airing down the tires now. All right, we do have a chainsaw, but there's a couple of trees that I can see from here, and they're pretty big, and it's early in the day, so we don't really have to go down this road. So we're going to turn around. So we're on the hunt for an epic campsite and came down this road, but it was kind of a bust. So we're turning around. So we found this spot. It's pretty nice. It kind of overlooks the meadow. And then there's like a walk-in camp spot through there. That's actually the best spot. But I don't know. I want to keep looking. This looks like somebody's deer camp. They have a really cool fire pit. right on this creek. This is pretty. This is the walk-in one. So this is another option. I'm leaning towards this one, but we're afraid of mosquitoes being a problem. And just down the road from that campsite, there's a little, it's not really a trailhead, but a little overlook to the meadow. And then that's Broke Off Mountain. And that's in Lassen National Park. So we decided we're gonna do this creekside campsite. It's really nice. We haven't seen any mosquitoes yet. It's a little breezy, and then we've come up quite a bit in elevation. I think we're like 6,200 feet here. So I'm hoping, we're hoping that the mosquitoes won't be bad. So we're doing kind of a light, easy dinner tonight since we had a big lunch. And we decided to cook these soups in the jet boil. And we've got some bread going over here. And we're going to serve it on this really cool cutting board that our friend Earl made for us. We've been using a propane fire pit for years because wood fires are usually banned in California. We recently picked up this Ignik fire can, and its compact size is great for our limited amount of space. It also puts out enough heat for a couple of people. Good morning, guys. We woke up this morning. There was a beautiful sunrise over Broke Off Mountain. That was really neat to watch. And then we made a little breakfast of steak and egg breakfast tacos. They were good. Then we packed up camp and put away the tent, and Trey realized he left the keys to the truck inside the tent. So we had to take it all back down and then put it back away again. And we're going on very little sleep. So last night there was these huge gusts of wind that would come through, and it sounded like a freight train coming towards us, and then it would shake the tent violently, just every once in a while. So it was hard to sleep. Needless to say, it's a bad time to quit drinking coffee. So we're going to head out of here today and continuing on the Lassen BDT. We're probably going to finish it today. And I do see some storm clouds in the sky, so we'll see how that plays out. But we're going to hit the road. We saw this lake on our map and thought we'd drive out here and take a look at it. It wasn't too far off the main trail. Might want to bring a chainsaw on this route. There's been a lot of trees across this road. We just made it up that scary shelf road all the way to the Bernie Mountain Lookout. And the gate wasn't locked, so it's manned today. We'll see if we can go inside. It's super windy up here, so I'm doing all my talking inside. We're hiding behind the lookout because it's so windy up here you can't even breathe.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. It feels like you're gonna blow off the mountain. Okay, that was rough.
It must be like 80-mile-an-hour winds or something.
It must be. I don't know how that guy's handling it up there. We didn't go bother him. He didn't come out, and we kind of just wanted to get off this mountain and get back down to solid ground.
How would you like to use that porta potty?
No.
On the edge of the cliff?
No. Okay, we're headed back down. I'm gripping my door handle so tight right now.
So you can jump out?
I don't know. It just makes me feel better. Oh god, I hate these kind of roads.
It was starting to make me freak out on the way here just because you were getting so freaked out.
I know, I'm sorry, I can't help it. Lamar is breathing. So we came down the mountain a little ways. We had these grand plans of having our lunch up there at Bernie Mountain Lookout, but that was not going to happen. So we're down here a little bit and we're going to make some lunch. We parked next to this metal contraption here, and there's a game cam on the tree. Let's see. Oh, and there's water. This must be one of those contraptions to get water to wildlife. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you know. I see some rain off in the distance. Doesn't look like the wind is dying down at all for tonight. This is crazy. We made it down to the highway and we have one more leg of the Lassen BDR to do, and we're getting a little low on fuel, so Trey's just gonna put some in from our gas cans here. Trey drove through Cowshut and got it all over the inside of my door and my door handle. Yuck. So this is Hat Creek Rim, and it's a hang gliding area. Obviously not today, but it's a fault, and the Earth's crust has been lifted up over 900 feet above the valley down below. I'll show you. The cows kept getting thicker and thicker, and pretty soon we found ourselves in the middle of a cattle drive. Part of this route follows the California Immigrant Trail, and there's a few of these markers along the way. Well, that was the end of the Lassen BDR. Kind of anticlimactic. There was nothing really that indicated that was the end except for our map. So thanks for joining and following along on this adventure. The trip's not over, so be sure to subscribe and look for the next adventure. Thank you for watching.